we say.
This is the rotation for tonight. I'll get over to Behan so they can put it in the program. Kev, Ernie Tyler. Hey, I got the umpire's rotation. All ready? Okay. Gary Cedarstrom is at the plate.
Everybody has talked about Cal Ripken's streak, as well they should, but Ernie, day after day, day in, day out,
All right, thanks.
week in, week out, he's here.
Here's Mr. Tyler, right here.
Hi there, everybody.
You know, I always look at myself as a Hall of Famer. Somebody meets you and they get all thrilled. Well, I think all of us that have a chance to see Ernie on a daily basis feel the same way, that he just brings a ray of light into our lives, and not too many people can do that.
There's a stability and there's a comfort in a routine, and you look around, it seems like everything is right when certain people are in place. If Ernie is not there, you immediately miss him.
I'm Ernie Tyler. I'm 81, and I'm the Orioles ball boy. This was given to me by Cal on his last day, his retirement, and the last game he ever played. And what he did was, he put a little note on, one for myself. Mine was, Ernie, we both know who the real Iron Man is. I rub the baseballs. I've watched the Jerry Springer show starting at 3 o'clock, and I know that if at 3:45 I'm finished, I'm right on schedule. These good fights help the pace of the game here.
It's easy to recognize achievement when it dances across a grand stage. But what if it passes by quietly, without flash or flourish? He's worked more than 3,600 consecutive home games for the Baltimore Orioles, and still counting.
I remember when he didn't have any bodyguards. I've been working for the Orioles since All-Star game in 1958. Why? I don't know. I just like the place, and it's a good bunch of people to work for and with, and I'll stay here until I can't walk anymore. I hope. And we go get the mud. Lena Blackburn, who was a coach, I believe, for Philadelphia, he lived in Jersey and went into the Pennsauken Creek fishing a couple of times, and he saw the mud and grabbed a can full of it and took it either to Giant or Dodger Stadium and showed it to the umpires. And they used it and liked it. So they started using it up there, and eventually the whole National League started it. The mud is in the bottom. You have to keep this mud covered with about a ½ inch of water whenever you're not using it, and a couple inches during the winter time if you want to use it again the following year.
Every club in the major leagues rubs mud onto new baseballs. Ernie's secret? The good-hearted knowledge that any chore becomes noble when you take pride in what you do.
I spent a lot of time with Ernie, watching him go through his routine of rubbing up the baseballs and the pride that he had. He rubbed them up so perfectly, 72 balls for each game. No one exchanged the ball. You never saw a pitcher throw it back once.
The mud has a tiny little bit of grit in it. And then the idea here is to just make sure that you get everything inside the seams as well as outside. Because if you don't put mud in the seams, it will give the hitter an advantage, because what he does when he's hitting is try to read the seams.
He seems to be ageless. He seems to look the same way, the same physical condition, the same joy of being around the ballpark that he was in my first year in '81, and this is 24 years later.
think Billy Ripken once explained it at a banquet. Billy said Cal and Ernie are pretty much the same kind of people. They just get up like they're working at the post office or the steel mill or whatever it is. I guess if they get up and they take a couple of steps, they just want to go to work. And that's the way it's been with me in every job I've ever had. And that's the way it is.
Gotcha. One. Yeah. Two. 4.
My main job there is to make sure the umpire has enough balls that he's not going to run out.
What are you carrying? 4 or 5? Yeah, I only had one. Oh, okay.
Ernie's very special. He's the only guy that actually is on the field with us. When you're back there behind the plate, other than the 3 guys that you're working with, you have no friends out there. Certainly not from the teams or the stands. So having Ernie there is just like having another friend, another crewmate.
Thanks, sir. You're welcome.
My first instruction when I got this job is keep the umpires happy, and that's what I've tried to do ever since the first day, and I don't think any of them's ever gotten angry with me for any reason.
Hey, after these 3 outs, maybe a little drink of water. After the next 3, we'll wait till these 3 outs. Yes, you want it cold or regular? I just want it regular. Okay.
The tradition of work ethic is what Ernie Tyler's all about. There's never been a day when Ernie Tyler wasn't at the ballpark or somewhere where you could get him when you needed him.
Ernie Tyler is the real Iron Man because he continues to approach his job and show up because it's important to him. And because it's important to him, it's important to all of us.
I don't know why I come to the ballpark every day. Maybe it's an addiction. And once you start with this thing, it's like eating licorice. You can't stop.
Chief! How many times you and I have done this over the years? Yeah. A lot. I can't come up with a number, but it's a lot.